Hello guys, this is Extro, current world record holder of the category NG 100% for Pumpkin Jack. I want to make a tutorial because someone, or like, moderator called Bucket, please asked me if I could do a little tutorial, and this is what I will do now. I won't go too much into details, so I hope, or like, I will go into detail, but not like every option, for example, but because I could show like everything, the in-depths, and but I just wanted to keep this kind of basic. I think if you want to run the game, that you have like a basic understanding of the game, and this, I hope enough information, but probably not like everything. So first things first. Also, by the way, my English may not be perfect because for a second language, I think it should be good enough, or I hope at least, but things are not clear if I stumble on words. I hope it's not too. So, first things first, as I said, the options. We have automatic camera, which is mostly which is by default turned on. I like it without. I like to run without it because it's a bit annoying in certain circumstances, especially in the 5th level, the cemetery. Here's the FPV slider, which could, oh yeah. Kinda always a bit bugged if you change the FPV slider, I don't know why. It kinda like just depends how far you wanna go away from Jack, or like how close you wanna be away from Jack. And, yeah. One of the most important things is a stopwatch. There's an individual level one and a full game one. We are, of course, want to turn it to full game because we'll do full game runs. Language doesn't really matter. In other games, there are differences because the text boxes are maybe shorter or something for Japanese or Chinese or something. But for Pumpkin Jack, it doesn't really matter because the in-game timer is always stopped at dialogues, and it doesn't really matter. Subtitles, yeah, doesn't really affect us at all, so we can continue. If the changes other than I thought it would be. Video. The most important thing we have to do is, like, first of all, personally, I keep everything on low, make everything like nice and dandy, that like frames are not dropping randomly. And one of the most important things are the FPS cap. Mostly you should, or you actually kinda have to, like, run the game with 60 FPS or 30 FPS. Most people tend to go for 60 FPS, but there are also some runners, and I think consoles have to go only to 30 FPS, which will make certain tricks easier. So, yeah. As I said, I run with 60 FPS, others you have to see if you want to do it with 30 or 60. As I said, there seem to be some advantages for 30 FPS, so yeah, it's still a bit personal preference. So far, we don't really have a ruling for that, or we can't really make a ruling for that, because if we lower it to 60, or like cap it at 60, I think consoles won't be able to compete with us. So yeah, but the rest is, I think you have to see how good your PC can run this game. Yeah, audio doesn't really affect us at all as well. I will keep it lower because I hope that you can hear me better. And controls, it's not really important. I, for one, like a really high camera sensitivity, so I would pick it as high as possible. Also, with 30 FPS, your camera sensitivity is lower, so probably preferable to have it fast as well there, to just make it feel smooth and better. And then we have vibrations. It can help with jumping. When we get to it, then I can tell you why it's more important. I turn it off, but yeah, it's again personal preference. So, expand all the options. Now I have to delete my save file, so we get a fresh. 1 second. the game we have to constantly delete the game file, and it unfortunately also removes our settings, which is a bit tedious, but yeah, we can't really change that. So important is that we start with start your journey. That just shows, okay, you have a fresh file, you don't have any levels unlocked and everything, so we completely start from new. Also, you have to show this in the end screen. And the start screen. So if you like record your stream or like record your video or whatever, then you have to always see, okay, start your journey, so that your run can be verified as such. Because don't be like me, I had the first runs I did in 100%, I didn't do that, and my runs were invalid, so yeah. So let's start. I will skip the story sections. As I said, I hope that you already are familiar with the game. So, starting cutscene. As I said, this is like a one-take thing, and this will probably not be completely perfect. Also, not perfectly gameplay-wise. This won't be perfect for my explanations and stuff, but it won't be like edited after all and stuff. But yeah, I see the in-game timer ticking. We don't really care for it at the moment. This is check. We have a few basic options of like jumping, double jumping. Also, something which is important is that we can, or like we preserve our double jumps. Like here, if we walk down, we can just double jump, which is really helpful and nice. And feels the most important part. What we are going to do is running, jumping, because rolling helps really a lot in saving time. I checked it. It's. I think it feels alone. It's like 1 minute probably. So yeah. We're just gonna go down here. And yeah, since we are doing 100%, we have two main objectives in this game, and these are crow skulls and gramophones. They also saw it in the level select screen, and there are 20 crow skulls in every level, and they also like shine bright. If I turn the sounds on, I could maybe do a bit sound effects. You also hear them. So yeah, this is also like a nice indicator to know as a new player or something where they are, and yeah, let's collect them. The two behind here, then we just roll and roll and roll. One thing we kind of want to avoid is this, like we don't want to like grab onto ledges too much, because first of all, it just doesn't feel nice, and second of all, it also is a bit slower than just like not doing it. So we just roll and roll and roll. We want to go back here. Get another crow skull. Also, something which is really nice with rolling is that you have like invincibility. You can just walk here. These things will damage us. So we can just roll it through. Hurt us. Then we get our little buddy. We can use to damage enemies and do tons of stuff. You just like press once here. And then to the left there are the gramophones. Yeah, like one on each level. We have to collect them to get 100% in every level. And yeah, just press Y or like whatever it is on PC, and we get a nice little dance animation. Also, in-game timer stopped, so this doesn't really bother us. Yeah. Could have turned out up the audio. It's always nice to see it. It gives you a little bit of breathing room. You can just like think about things. Yeah, let's continue. So now we can put the second one down with the LB. We just roll here, roll here, roll here. So now we go here. There's one. We collect the shovel on the way, and another one is. So then we can jump attack to not like waste time, because if we like stand, we're like a bit slow and just we wanna be fast and we wanna move. So then we just jump like this, and up here is another skull. So one of the most important things we are doing is skipping fights. Normally we have to do these fights and kill these skeletons, but this is slow and tedious, and we don't want to do this. And we just abuse checkpoints and loading zones. So we just move a bit further. And then you hear a ding sound, maybe. I hope you heard it. And you see the saving thing on the top right, which is really neat because this is, as I said, really fast, and we can just enable crow skulls. There are also like things where aggro of like enemies comes into play, but for the most part we just use for the most part we just go a bit further, collect the skull by, or like enabling the skull by checkpoints, and then we just collect the skull. We just go back, collect the skull. So one of the more important mechanics in this game, we just destroy these things because they're annoying. One of the more important things are lamp boosting. This is something we not really use in fields. This will be more important later on, where we. Okay, this didn't work. Where we hit a lamp, or like we stand on top of a lamp, we kill it kinda. But I'm gonna move further. We're there. We have the next checkpoint. See the skeletons. Okay, the skeletons are still there, but we're just gonna collect the. I'm just gonna destroy them now because they're annoying. Yeah, but as I said, you stand on top of a lamp and you can see where it goes. I think that's forward. Oh, it's backwards. Okay, that's forward. But normally it goes into one direction, and you gain a lot of momentum with these. And yeah, they're like a really nice tool to just keep us on our toes, which gives us a huge speed boost. The next cross we'll see it, by the way, and saves a lot of time over the course of runs. Later on, there's a little small thing we can add to this, but for the most part, this is how it's done. It is slow with the shovel. You have to like use this twice here, but it still comes in handy, like in the first 2 levels. So yeah. Then let's continue. Just have to get over these things. Also, which is really nice, is you can get more speed if you like rotate and jump on the things. And there's the next poster over here. Can kinda maybe show it actually. If you have like the perfect time, you can actually like take the momentum of the speed here and actually jump right here. Just depends how fast you are. You can think about it, but yeah. Then we just continue jumping down here to the right. Get the 12th skull. Then we just have to like roll up the mountain up here. And get this skull. And then we just continue to the barn. And just avoid our enemies. So this is a barn puzzle. It's also the first and only puzzle we are doing in the game. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. You probably have done it already, maybe a few times. But we have to get the thing up there. This and the platform laws. We always like do this dive bomb down here, which saves a bit of time. Then we hit it once, get down here, or get here. Just oh, you can also, I'm sorry, you can also like come down here with like something like this. You shouldn't do it here because then you knock the crate over. Activate it, and we are good. I forgot the word, the English word, sorry. So next up is the barn. One of the things that comes in handy is like clipping through nets. This will be becoming useful in like 2 sections. Normally you have to like walk up here, like walk around here, get up there, and it's kind of slow. So what we are doing is just jump on the ladder, jump to the right, and we just clip through, And here is the next crow skull. And then we just do this again. And down here. So then we just jump down here. Next crow skull. Jump to the right here. Here. You can also like immediately jump here. So one of the more notorious and annoying parts is this jump here. Fail, of course. Don't worry, this happens to like even the longer players. So yeah. Then we just jump down here for the next crow skull. I don't think there's much to talk about. Pretty straightforward. We just do this. We just last crow skull. I think this is the fastest method. Maybe it's actually faster to like jump here, get back there, then down there, but then you have to like go back up here. What I do mostly is like go here, then jump there. You can also do it like this or like this, here and here. Doesn't really matter, I think. At the next checkpoint, then there spawns a few enemies here. Go a bit below, like you jump a bit below, or like first jump a bit, then do a double jump into knocking attack, which deals more damage. It's a bit more optimized. Like drop down, go a bit low, then double jump, so the enemy spawns, double jump attack, and hit the first skeleton. And then just clear the wave of enemies. Here we have to run and escape. We have to like wait a bit. Wait a second. We have to like wait a bit with like knocking the thing down. If you like immediately wanna knock the thing down with the crow, then you it can happen that it doesn't really work, which is like annoying and a bit slow, of course. But we just continue rolling and rolling and rolling. So yeah, we have 19 claw skulls, we have 1 gramophone, so we are good to go. Just roll and roll and roll. It's nothing special. Just be as fast as possible. So if you have turned camera, automatic camera off, then you can just press to the right here. So, and the last crow skull, okay. It's a bit unoptimal, you can just do this. The last crow skull before the boss fight is here. And you probably know or just heard it maybe quietly that there's like a jingle which kind of tells us, hey, you have found everything. What you can also do, you can just press start and see all the time what your current collectibles are. So we are good, we have 20 of 20, we have 1 of 1, so then we just do the boss. We can just hit it once, we just have to run first. And press the crow button and hit him once. Yeah, it is best when you can like this fight is probably not really optimal or like optimized from anyone, I don't think, so but just wait until the thing spawn, the skeleton spawn, and like time it perfectly with a double jump attack. And hopefully you get everything. So we can just stand here and wait. Be like this, and then maybe what I do is like roll back and roll away and hope to get like all skeletons, but what they kinda don't do is like come together. Down, last hit. Then spam your button to get the weapon, and this is a spear. The spear is not really helpful, we're not really using it in the level at all. So this is a haunted mine. For the most part it's also pretty straightforward. It's not a really hard level, I really like it a lot. So we roll and roll and roll. Normally you have to go up there, but since we are 100%ing this game. There's a cross guy back here. And what I found out is that you can actually do this and reload the checkpoint. In the community, we have like made a rule to have like 3 seconds of leniency. You can wait like 3 seconds, or like you have like 3 seconds of time where we can reload. Else the timer goes back kinda, and if you just, else you could like repeat every section over and over and over again, and this is kind of annoying, and we just got the rule together that we have like 3 seconds. So this was in 3 seconds. It's instantly ports us up here, so this is nice. Afterwards, we just jump on this branch because there's next cross guy here. Then we jump on this fence, and there's the notorious haunted mines jump. This is probably something you have to practice a bit. Just wait a bit and lower yourself, jump and double jump. This is easier and with all the weapons in NG+, but so far the NG, this is not something we have available to us. There's the next cross guy, and as you can see, a lot of enemies. Just walk on the fence or roll on the fence, get to the checkpoint, and we just enable the cross guy, which is nice. So then we just jump on here, just jump here, get the last cross guy, or like the last cross guy in this area. So normally there is a bomb puzzle we have to do, but this is slow and boring. Eric back then found the bomb puzzle skip, which is really nice and fast. Oh, also what I didn't talk about, which is really nice now, is 100% is the... Wait a second. 100% is a category for... Do they just... 100% is the out of bounds category. So since there are a lot of collectibles to be collected, we can't just like run along or like around the whole map. So which is really nice is that we have out of bounds. So advantage, we can skip things that no out of bounds categories can't skip. But since we still have to get back and back and back inbounds to get all the skulls, the category was meant to be out of bounds. So what I've found pretty recently is the minecart 1 skip. This is normally an on-rail section we don't really want to do because it's boring, it's not really funny, like, fun gameplay. So what we can do is either here or here use a mechanic which is called menu jumping. This is done by using the allocated button, and what the menu does is normally we can just like jump or like use the weapon we want to take, but it also slows time. And you can also see in the top left corner how the timer is slower, so it doesn't waste you any time. But if you are, let's say your IRL time. So what the most important thing is that I don't know if you have a really good explanation for that, but it seems to like change your hitbox or like your personal box, let's say, your character box. So you can actually like slightly angled things, you can actually just jump up with I just do it like normally with double jumps, and then he probably gets like a ground state somewhere or like small pixels, I guess. And yeah, we are kind of out of bounds already. So it's pretty easy. As I said, you can do it on the left one, you can do it on the right one. Some people had like preference on the right one, some people had a preference on the left one. I normally use the left one all the time, but it works fine on both sides. So yeah, this is minecart 1 skip. We just walk around here. It says like 55 seconds if kinda done optimally, because the minecart sections takes like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And we can just like roll and roll and roll. Oh, also what we just get down here. So what I also forgot to tell you is that with double jumping, or like with menu jumping, what is really helpful for some people might be the vibration thing, because it seems to make it easier to double jump. Like you get kind of like a vibration for when you can jump again, I think. As I said, I haven't played it for such a long time, but the community member called Dr. Corporate British says it helps him a lot. So if you have trouble with like menu jumping, you might actually turn on vibrations. So what we do now is destroy those enemies. At first I didn't do that, but I think it's really actually helpful to just get the crow skull now. So one of the nice things we also are using, which comes up in a moment, we just get up here, is death warping. Death don't really interest us. We just get it for speed, or we use it for speed. But yeah, we get these crow skulls, and there are more crow skulls to be had. There's one down there, which is tied to a fight. There's one down there. There's one down here, so I just collected it. And there's one down there. You might see it. You see it maybe shining. What we do is death warping. We get the checkpoint save, which enables all the crow skulls, or at least the one down there. We get these things. Get the crow skulls. And which is really nice is we can just kill ourselves, let's say it like this. We just can die here, and we get back teleported to the checkpoint. Which saves us quite a bit of time, because we don't have to like do this twice. We just go down there and then up here. We can just do it like once, get all the skulls and just die, which is like really nice because we're jumping on the tree back there, get up there. So we just save a bit of time. This is something the user Tinker Knight found, or like told me about, which I didn't really know. But so this is really nice from him. Unfortunately, he's not really in the community anymore, but yeah, that's kind of besides the point. We just continue. We go to the right here. We just roll and roll and roll. And as you can see, this is a gramophone. By the way, if I didn't explain things good on here, you can always ask me either in the Pumpkin Jack Discord. You can also ask below in the YouTube comments. So I know I probably didn't explain this perfectly, but as I said, if you ever have questions, you can ask me anytime. So just going back. Next, normally there are like a few dialogues with the boss. There's one coming up here, which what we just do is like just jump next to him. And since we are gamers, we don't need to socialize, which is positive. We just jump up here. Continue. Then there's a other famous jump, which is probably pretty consistent, pretty easy to do. It's just jumping. Maybe you can wait a bit and get a feeling for it, which is also really nice because we kind of skip this section back there. And which is also nice is that is immediately the crow skull. So we don't have to like go back there and collect the crow skull because there is none. It's just that one down there. So then also see there's the next crow skull here. We just roll and roll and roll. Don't want to get too much damaged. So you can also drink here if you want. Then there's a crow skull hidden behind here, but we are experts. We know what's going on. So this is minecart 2. So far we don't have a route for it. There are routes for like NG Plus where you have like the orb. There's a now out of bounds version I just found recently, and there's an out of bounds version which was found long ago, like 2 years ago. From I don't know who it was actually. It's I think 0xFF. But this doesn't really bother us since we don't have the orb from the north, from the last level. We have to do it. It's unfortunate, but we have something which a lot of other, or which the now out of bounds categories don't have. We have minecart 1 skip, so we have that going for. Minecart 3 is skipped anyways. We had at first we had like a different method of like skipping it, but then some things got found out, and now we can just all skip the third minecart section, and we all skip the boards. Something which was only unique to the 100% category was that we can skip the boss, but now every category does it, but we have still a slightly faster version. Then we just jump out, we get the skull here. Avoid ledge grabs if possible. So, there's another skull there, and I haven't really found a method to like skip the fight. You can escape the fight actually. So we have to like kill all the enemies, or like you have to kill the bats or whatever they are, and we have to kill the thing, the small skull thing, or skull spawn. What I just did there was pressing the crow button, so you can like hit the enemies with your sword, or like with your spear, shovel, or whatever, with the weapon and the crow, so it makes fights faster. And while you hit the skull thing, this little skull mountain, you can press the crow button and it hits the bat afterwards, so the fight is a bit faster. So this enables the crow. As I said, even if this is a checkpoint, since there's like still the area of enemies around, you can't really skip it. I think I tried like reloading and it still doesn't like enable the it still doesn't enable the skull, so yeah. So far as I can tell, we have to do it. Even if I run away from the fight quite far away, it still doesn't enable it, so yeah. It's not a long fight. We can just finish it, and so there's another cutscene or like dialogue here. We can just jump on this ladder, continue here. There's another crow skull up here, which is tied to a fight, but which is really nice is that there's a checkpoint here. So sometimes, I can't really tell why, sometimes this doesn't work. And you have to fight these people, which is kind of annoying. So yeah. What I just do is like jump on the thing, and since you're like really slow here, you can just double jump and like skip, or like kind of skip half of it. Because up there's the next crow skull. And what I always do is, since normally you have to get like around there, I just jump on here, jump on the lamp here, and get back down. Roll a bit. Hit the next crow skull, ignore skeleton archer. And this is the second puzzle. Second bomb puzzle. But since it's slow again, we can just... Oh, I can fail a bit. We can just jump up here, and menu jump. So, normally there's a checkpoint down here, which you can reload, but for us it's optimal in 100% to get up here. Because then you can immediately jump up here, because else you are starting from like here. And you have to like jump on the ladder. Oops. You have to jump on the ladder and get up here. So yeah, it's kind of a bit more optimal to just jump on the roof there. So what we do next is just menu jump in here to... Wait a second. Just menu jump to like avoid the fight. So since there's a crow skull here, that's the last one. We have to get away from the area, or like from the fighting area. It's back here. This is safe, which enables the crow skull. So, just like, don't want to jump down here, we just double jump. Just drop ourselves, double jump, and then this is like minecart 3 skips. Or skip. We just walk along the rails. Get up here, and this is out of bounds version. We have to like drop ourselves a bit, jump down here. This is like a really good indicator. Always like this section of the house, these 4 things. If you just get like here, then it's like super good, and then we just continue, double jump, talk with the owl, and we are finished with the haunted mines. Just skip the dialogue, and then we get the sword, and we enter the swamp. So, up next is the swamp. It's probably the longest level we have, and it's a bit annoying, that's why, it's a bit annoying for that reason, but we have to do it, so. There are some lampposts right here, which I actually gonna read the level. It's fine. So there's a lamppost which can push us really forward, which is really nice. Didn't work this time. And there's another lamp. No, not this one. I think. No, this is a second lamp boost if can, which didn't work either. So this is a bit annoying, but we can also just walk. Here's the first cross guy. Could have actually checked if we got everything in the haunted mines, but I think it's. So we just make our way up here. We can just destroy the fence. We can just jump like here. Doesn't really matter, I think. We just go like this. We can just walk around like this. There's another fight. The crow's going bound to a fight, but we can just walk a bit further and give it the checkpoint. So there are kind of messed up there. There are a few towers like this. On most of them there are crow skulls, and on some there aren't, but on this one are. Now there is. So we just jump this, like this. This up here. That crow skull. We can just continue and continue. That's pretty basic. There's something I will talk about later on. I forgot about lamp boosting. So what we do here is jump like this. We just avoid enemies. And then get this crow skull. So then we destroy this bridge. We just use this one. Oh, it got us a lot of speed. You have to be a bit careful. Normally you get checkpoints, so even if you die, you won't waste a lot of time. There's another one here I tend to use. Fail to get up on. Sorry, it was a bit embarrassing. Okay, okay. This gives out this speed. This is nice. Then we just this. There's a crow skull. There's another crow skull which is bound to a fight. We just this. Actually jump like this. Save up here. Get the crow skull and death warp. I think it saves like 1 or 2 seconds maybe, but we gotta go fast. We wanna go as fast as possible, so we just jump here. We just jump here. We can in theory use this, and I think even this lamp to like, oops, I think to lamp boost, but kind of annoying if it's too fast. This one worked actually pretty well. Can use this lamp, which is really nice. But yeah, the problem is that there are like these ghosts, and then Jack kind of tends to attack in the direction of them, so it's kind of annoying. So yeah, this one is a notorious jump for NGA now out of bounds, where you have to like do it like this. But we don't want to do that. I just reload the checkpoint. I mean, it's not a serious run by any means. Normally this is not acceptable because there is a crow skull here. I just want to do the backup if you kind of die at this stage, because there's a really nice lamp boost, which hopefully it works. Sometimes you are too fast and it's kind of annoying, then I just showed you the backup to do. But there's a nice little lamp boost, which works perfectly. And yeah, and oops. What I just did there was bunny hopping, and yeah, I just bunny hopped. You have to like press the menu and just jump the time, or like the moment you land, or you would land on the, or you land actually on the floor, and you can just continue using your speed momentum from lamp boosting. So yeah, there was another skull I just took from Bound to a Fight. We just walk a bit like here. There's a checkpoint here. It's enabled. We collect it. We death warp back, and yeah, did you? There's another lamppost here, which we can use to beat. Sometimes it goes really fast, which is not a problem because then you bounce up here and you get like here, like in this direction. So this is also fine. You can also use this lamp boost, which is really fast. Okay, or it doesn't work. So now in other categories, we can just go like here and get on the horse race. You probably know of that, where we just jump down here, but we don't want to do that because, and this is really important, because there is a checkpoint. If there is a checkpoint, we can't, like the checkpoint, the problem with the checkpoint is that we can't continue further, kind of, because then the run is just over. Because since there's a reload or like checkpoint, you can't really not go on the horse anymore. Like I kind of wish there was something like here where you could just get the checkpoint, but yeah, this is bizarre. We have to talk with the guy. We need mushrooms. Maybe you know from the story. Him and his wife wanna create a soup with the mushrooms, and in other categories we can't just skip this, but here we have to do it. Normally, if you go like this direction, you have to like you're getting teleported, or like you're talking with the guy anyway. Just do it ASAP. So we don't like walk here and waste time by getting back here again. This is a small little cutscene showing us what is going on. And there are like 2 crow skulls we want to collect. You see one blinking to the left and down there. Again to the left. And there's a mushroom back there. So what I do is go like this. Mushrooms. Which is really nifty is that you can like immediately jump to like remove momentum. There's a small little lamp boost I kind of sometimes do, but I don't think it really saves any time. So I'll show you a little thing. This is normally a thing for NG+, but if you I failed. Normally this is something in NG+, as I said, but if you fall down for some reason, you can like go up here, get up here, or back up here again from this stump, which is really nice. And normally you could put orb boost back there, but since we don't do that, we just like go it again. We collect the skull, go back, another skeleton, jump over here, and this is something I found back then when I first ran the category. We just jump up here, do a little menu jump, or sometimes it does it automatically, because then Jack is like stuck between 2 things, and yeah, it's sometimes a bit finicky, but normally it's pretty easy to do. Super consistent. Get a hang of it. Just jump here, just jump a bit away, then just jump up here, and we are skipping the whole section with the mushrooms, which is really nice. Enable this mushroom, and then there's the other cross guy. Nice. So we are kind of done with this part. We can skip this, jumping from there. We can just jump through this mushroom instantly. Then yeah, just avoid getting hit. And yeah, normally this is tied to another puzzle to get up there, but We are speedrunners. There is, of course, a nifty little lamp boost. The problem is this statue has like a really high hitbox, let's say, which goes really far up, so it's kind of a bit finicky. If you get this, you kind of have to go a bit more to the left. I'm gonna show something. Let's reload the checkpoint. Try this once more. I hope I get this fast. Oh, can I get even back up there? Just like yeah, I tried. Oh man, I'm kind of failing a bit. Sorry. Get back up there. Yeah, okay, nice. Maybe I get the fast one then. Maybe you have a bit to press to the left, but is also helpful. You can menu boost. Something which got discovered recently as well is that you can menu boost. If you lamp boost, that's a roll. If you press the menu while destroying the lamp, you get like ton of momentum, like so much momentum, which is really helpful later on. And there's a really huge skip in the north that got discovered where you kind of skip the whole half of the level. So maybe this might actually help us. Let's see if this works. Okay. It didn't work this time, but if you're like really fast, you can just like get immediately to the mushroom. If this does work, like this did twice now, we have a little menu jump. Now sometimes you have to get the angle a bit correct. Didn't work twice now. Okay. Menu boost. Okay, menu jump doesn't work at all. Okay, now it does. Nice. So yeah. Just menu boost up here. We can just walk a bit further to the back to get like closer to the. In the second one, you can just like immediately jump into the portal. But yeah, this doesn't really matter. I just gotta switch to English. Doesn't really matter, but and then just normally dance on the just do the normal race. One thing what I thought about is that maybe it could be fast actually collecting the skulls and then go back. I don't think it does. Maybe it's something for NG Plus which could be looked into, but this is the thing. The route I show you now is not perfect by any means. This can be perfected in many, many ways. So if you try to run this category, you can optimize this run, I think, a lot. So I do the horse race normally. It's not fun by any means. I mean, it's just on rail. It's not really particularly hard or anything. Just do it normally. But up next is the Coast Guard, which is tied to a kind of huge fight. What I just found out actually is that you can go a bit away from the enemies and get the Coast Guard enabled by being away from the aggro range. And then you can do a lamp boost, which is pretty hard to do because there are a lot of enemies and they hit you and can actually destroy the lamp as well. So what I did in my speedrun, what I did in my world record speedrun is, oh, also there's a little lamp boost here again. Nice. Oh no, I didn't get a double jump. Sorry. I just don't do it. So what I do in my speedrun is just use the fight and like play the fight out normally, but so get into aggro range of the enemies, and now the skull is enabled. It is nice, I think. Maybe this is the optimal way of doing it. Collect the skull. And then do the lamp boost, which hopefully works. Nice. This is probably the best method to doing it. But this is something that can be optimized probably. I have to look further into it. Um, but yeah, this is probably the best way of doing it. What I did in my speedrunners, as I said, I just used a fight, click the skull, which is really nice is you can bounce and bounce and bounce and you can get immediately up here. So this is something I have to look into if you're interested. You can look into and optimize. So in theory, there's a lamp boost we could take and get back there, but this is not an option for us. We have to do it the OG route. Jump up here. Jump up here, jump up here. You can jump here, but it's kind of nifty or iffy. I don't think that grabs up here. You can do it like this. I think it's a bit easier, just like jumping a bit on the lamp. Do it like this. So on the OG route is there's a little nice lamp boost, but something which is really important is that you can like overshoot it or like I think I had actually the right speed, and in the two cases where you have enough speed, you can actually jump immediately into the horse, which is terrible because then you can just reset the run because then yeah, you can't get off of it, and in both ways, if you like overshoot, you have to like probably double jump attack like this because it cancels momentum. So yeah, keep that in mind. Always, if you're doing this lamp boost, double jump attack probably. Like, this is something you have to keep in your mind all the time. So, what I can do is like doing a little lamp boost, which this was too fast. Hopefully I get the right angle now, or like the right amount of speed. I don't tend to go for it, but you can go for it. I think it's probably even faster. Like, if I get the right speed, I can just do it like this. Bunny hop. And go like this. So there's like a little nifty ledge here which you can use to go up here. Which, yeah, just skips this puzzle, which is really nice. So then we take the shroom. Jump up here, and we have to use these shrooms. Just jump cancel, being a bit faster, I guess. Because here's a gramophone. So if you are like a continuous runner, I actually don't have these, but if you're a continuous runner of 100%, you can actually do like little mind notes. You can say like, okay, if I'm at the gramophone, I have 14 crow skulls, for example. This is something you can do. As I said, I don't really do it. I just do my route and things should happen and work. But yeah, if things don't go your way, it can happen that you also like miss crow skulls. Even I have missed crow skulls and forgot about them. So there's another crow skull about the fight, bound to a fight, but which is kind of fun is that there's a checkpoint here. We can just go back here. If this doesn't work, if it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't enable it, you can just probably just reload the checkpoint and get it then. So there's normally a long puzzle. And I think what you can actually do is like, I think this works actually. Yeah, maybe you can actually try, and if you get like a fast lamp boost, you can just immediately get to the next part. What I mostly do, which is just consistent, what I found out back then is you can just jump on this mushroom, jump on here, and you're good to go. And you just skip the whole puzzle. Do the mushroom. You can just go around left or right because there's the next crow skull here, and we are done with the next mushroom section. Then we have to jump like here. Don't be scared, even if water kills us, you can walk up here. I walked a bit too fast forward. Apologize. Don't know where I land now. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Do this again. Click the crow like here, and then further. And whoops. Walk like this, and then you can just jump here. and get to the mushroom. And this skips the next puzzle. The last puzzle. I think the puzzle is like. Where was the puzzle again? Oh, the stitch is probably removed. I think it's like here or something. Yeah, but this skips the next one. And as I said, just stand like further back here. And you get immediately teleported into the. Yeah, you get immediately in the teleport there. Talk with the guy again. And just do the next horse race. So as you can see, we have 16 crow skulls in the gramophone. So we are lacking 4. Yeah, so for the most part, we are done with Swamp. I don't think there's much to explain, but just continue like normally now. Do the boss fight. And yeah, but we get there when we get there. As said, if you miss crow skulls, of course it's really annoying, and I got probably pretty tilted at that as well, but it happens, guys. Don't like worry about it. Like, it's a game, and the most important thing is that you have fun while playing, and yeah, never forget to have fun. If it's not fun, why bother? Well, right? So yeah. Yeah, but I hope I hope the tutorial so far is not too bad. I hope everything got explained at least good enough. As I said, if you have questions, just ask me in Discord, as I said, or in the YouTube comments. You can just ask in general. Like, anyone in the Discord will probably help you. To 100%, I will probably be your best partner to tell or like to ask, because I'm probably the most knowledgeable of 100%. But yeah. We'll just continue like here. We'll just continue like here. We can collect the crow skull there, but since there's another one bound to a fight, we can just go like this. Get the checkpoint. Get the crow skull here. Just jump up here. And death swap. So. 2 crow skulls left. And the developer was really clever and just hid it away from us, but we are experts. And there it is. And the last one is in the forest. Will come up shortly. So yeah, just continue. Talk to the ferryman, and things are going smoothly. Yeah, unfortunately, even if we're 100% half out of bounds for our collection, we for our at our disposal, but we can't use it because yeah, there's not really any out of bounds so far. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. It's just like jump here. Always the same sequence. Then skeletons come. Just spam your attack button. You can actually, yeah, it spins. Just double jump. Just move a bit. It's not really bothersome. Actually, kind of funny is you can bunny hop actually. If you continue jumping, you get actually moved a bit forward because like Jack uses momentum. So what you just can do is like jump up there and jump on the boat. What you can also do if you want to be a bit risky, you can just like wait a bit here and jump on the boat. A little fun thing I do is just like dodge the projectiles, hit him with a crow. Like super fun to do. Just yeah, he struggles to hit us, and we can just dodge like in the Matrix. Important is to not die there. He is, I mean, dying of course is of course never a good option, except we wanted this to happen, but yeah. Yeah, just chill. You have all the time in the world. Even though we want to go fast, we don't have to go fast. Just you can if you're low on health, you can destroy some things here maybe, but you can just have fun. So a little thing you have to keep in mind, since you have like more momentum or like a bit of momentum for the because of the boat, we can just use it and just jump a bit further and bunny hop. And then we just have to roll through the thing here. To the forest. I mean, of course, it's always the same applied. Don't die. Just go as fast as possible. Roll, roll, roll. Um, so there's a lost close guy. It's again bound to a fight, but we don't want to fight people, so we just continue like here and just go back. And we're fine. We're finished. Bomb. At least what according to collectibles. So we just take the room, hop over here. And continue and do the last horse race. In theory, we can accept the music, and the music's really nice. I won't take that away, but yeah, it's just the last horse race. You probably did the boss already. I don't think I have to explain that to you, but I'm still gonna do anyways, I guess. We will have eyes on a few, like on a stack of stumps. I think stumps is the correct word. Like trees, shortened trees. And we have to hit the eyes with green pots that they throw at us, and there are of course red pots. I think it's RNG. So yeah, do that like 3 times. It was at 3 phases, and we're good to go. So, and there's a boss fight. So a small little tip I can give you is that you walk a bit further and where you want to have the potion land. So I think a bit too far. Ideal case scenario is of course that we wanna hit 2 eyes at the same time, like here, they are pretty close together. Angle it a bit to have a bit of time. And there are these vines, we have to clear all the vines. And just roll through the bigger vines. Also use a crow as often as possible. Nice. And then the husband will also like whip at you, so you have to be a bit careful not to get hit by too much. Not get hit by it all. Would be good. Oh damn. Could have actually gotten both eyes there, but yeah. Sometimes you maybe have to get like hit twice or like hit once at least to like angle it perfectly, which is probably beneficial. I mean, if you can get damaged, but can like be faster, of course, this is something we wanna do. Okay, this doesn't die for some reason. But there are also a lot of like crates and stuff you can use to like heal yourself up. Nice one. You can actually kind of stand in one spot, I think. Don't worry about it. No, I didn't. We got full health anyway. Hopefully you wanna attack them at the same time to like not lose any time, because your sword actually is perfect for hitting both. I think we get the shotgun and done with Swamp. Oh, let's move on to Skele-Town. Skele-Town is the 4th level. Also pretty straightforward for the most part, but also a few nice things. Special things that Skele-Town has. So yeah. A little cutscene. Normally you have to collect like 4 planks and enable a siege tower to get up there on the sorry, on the wall, but yeah. So it's the first crow skull. We just jump through the fence here. Then we collect this crow skull. Then we collect this crow skull. We just walk. This is famous tree here in Skele-Town. This just jump like in the corner and then move to the left. You can just jump here. So now there, as you saw, there's a checkpoint which is really important because there's a cross on the other side. So what you have to do is get a bit close, let the night spawn, and then just ring around the road around here. You can also go like look back, go out of the range, and get the cross guy. Normally this guy talks with you. You can, in theory, you can go back and walk back there to the tower, and this enables the crow skull as well, but yeah, this is a bit faster than doing that. But you have the option. You have the option. So we jump to the left here because there's another crow skull hidden. So, and what is really nice now is that we can just go to the right here. There's a crow skull back there. And it's a gramophone. In theory, it doesn't matter, I think, which way you do it. You can pick the gramophone first, then the crow skull, or the other way around. Get some sick dance moves from Jack. Nice to see. And yeah, continue further. These rotating things with like 3 arrow pointers, they can be passed through and deal damage. The other one just deal damage. So, this is one of the most famous tricks I think this game has, and I found back then. This is Zombie Jack Early. Zombie Jack Early enables us to be in zombie mode because normally we would die from water, but this makes us invulnerable to water. There's a little setup. Actually, at the edge of the stone, there's a cutscene. So we just go like here, double jump. Oh, I did a bit too. I think this is wrong now. I think I'm too high actually. So I was a bit distracted from talking. Yeah, I'm dying, genau. No, this is not how you do it. But yeah, I found a little setup which is pretty nice. I mean, since there's a checkpoint, it doesn't really matter anyways. So you just like walk a bit further. Since this is slightly angled, you can actually double jump into this, which kind of bounces you back. And there's this grass here. You have to be a bit above it, and then since you double jumped, you can just double jump attack here, and then after you are done double jump attacking, you just walk to the left. You get kind of a feeling for it if the height is fine. But now you are underwater. So the thing is, this worked. Why this works is that there's a damage check. Normally, if you jump in the water, the damage check tells you, okay, you're dead. Now, since we were invincible during the cutscene, the damage check got checked, but since we're invincible, the damage check doesn't apply to us, so we are alive. But since the damage check is checked and doesn't uncheck, we are invincible, because now, since the check is not really, or got checked and doesn't really apply to us anymore, we can just jump and jump and jump and don't get affected by water. So, which is really important, is that you don't die and don't reload. Else you are not in zombie jack mode anymore. Why is it called zombie jack early, maybe you ask? Zombie jack early is, the reason it's zombie jack early is because there was an OG route for zombie jack, and I found this is an earlier version of that. It saves huge chunks of time, actually. And it saves us doing the races, which is also really nice. We just jump up here, since there's a reload, which would kind of enable these. There would be a cutscene which like enables these things, or like puts them into place there. But since we just jump on the tower platform there, we can just immediately jump up here, collect the skull, get back here, and just jump down here and get on 2 more skulls. That's really nice. So now we just walk and walk and walk and roll and roll and roll. We can go through objectives, so it doesn't really matter to us. No out of bounds, you're not allowed to do this. Even if they have no collision, it's still... Oh. Even if it has no collision, it's still considered an out of bounds. So, one of the biggest things you have to remember is... Okay, it's coming up shortly. First we have to get up here, because after the race, there's this crow skull, but we first cut corners, just walk up here, use a bit of jumping, get this one. And now you might ask, okay, there's the crow skull at the start and there's a crow skull afterwards. But Dr. Corporal British found out that it's best actually just walking around it and not do the race, which is really nice because the races are annoying and can be failed, so this is really nice. But yeah, just go up here, collect that one, and the most important, which I actually once forgot, is doing this here. Collect this guy. I actually forgot that one, but yeah. Afterward, like, normally back there's Zombie Jack. If you are interested in that. Normally you would push a cart, and then this is the ferry boat section, but yeah. Since we're Zombie Jack early and just walked around, we can just walk through here. Something what you can do is use the spear. It's not really helpful here because you kind of get warped upwards all the time. I don't know why. But yeah, just continue further. Then there's a little lamp boost we wanna use. You got the really fast one, which is really nice. Bunny hop. So there are like a lot of crow skulls to be collected here. Importantly is that you have 18 at the end of it. So I wanna jump here. We just jump back here. So this is also a section which can be optimized, I think. I tried it back then, and I think this is like the safest and best route, but this might actually be different for you. Maybe you think that maybe you're like really interested in like optimizing this. I didn't really had the energy and interest. Normally you don't have to go up here, but since there's a crow skull back there, which is tied to a checkpoint, I just get the checkpoint, and then the crow skull's enabled. So just go up here, go up here, collect this crow skull, collect this crow skull. Collect this crow skull. 17, really nice. So one before I told you in the area. Oh, I'm stupid. You have to go like this. You can save a bit of time just doing another lamp boost here, which, oh, okay, it worked, but there were a few ghosts in the way, which is kind of annoying. Oh yeah. Just continue rolling, and now we get to our 18th skull. We just walk and walk and walk and walk. What's really nice is for zombie checks that we can just jump up here, jump like this. There's the 18th close skull. This is really nice. So if you are 18, if you have 18 at this point, then you're amazing. So there's a next crow skull back there. There is a route like this where we jump around here. Out of bounds for a short section, get the other crow skull and then this one. But, and then redo it again and get out of bounds again. But a small optimization me and Corporate British did, or I think I did for the most part, but Corporate British had a nice idea, and so we just do the now out of bounds route. So the cross guard is enabled. Wait, does this? No, I can't get back, right? No, I can't get back. Okay, that's fine. So I just go back. You can also like reload if you want, doesn't really matter. So then collect this skull, and now we have everything. So one important thing is that there's also a pretty recent discovery. So just menu jump up here. And we just skip the whole race, we just jump around it. So now you enable your spear, do like 3 roll attacks, or like 3 rolls, and then do a spear roll attack. It's a route you kind of have to get familiar with, but it's pretty solid. It's like there's like this short, like this passageway you just have to go through. Like just keep like at this wall, on the right wall, then you're like probably pretty good. A good direction. Yeah, this one is solid, so you can walk through there. And then just keep at the left wall. So when these mountains kind of start, it's not really as easy anymore to like be a boost. When there's like this, when you see this, you can just like walk to this, to the church immediately. And then, yeah, just keep at the wall and just go forward here. Just go to the right of these 4 things. Fun fact, these are the puzzles. There are 2 puzzles in Skele-Town, and you can do these there, or they are starting in there. So, and yeah, we just go out of bounds and just walk along. And we're at the boss battle, and this is the door. So yeah. The door fight is a bit special, I'd say. So what we want to do is like cycle skip kinda, or like shorten the cycle. Because he hits now with like the spinning attack. And then he hits twice with the hammer. And then the siege tower comes. So the siege tower always spawns at the opposite side of door. So what we do now is not get hit by these things. We let door hit us, or kinda hit us. Like not really hit us, but we're like in the vicinity. He hits twice. Oh, I'm actually dying. I'm dying actually. I am dying actually. This is actually pretty sad. So, okay, I'm sorry. I again, talking and playing is a bit hard. So yeah, again, we want to do like this. You can just stand between him so he doesn't have to move. So again, so we just like stand next to him. let him like not hit us, of course, but and then just move away. And we can also hit it like twice. It's also fine. And let's this hit once, then he spins into the tower once or twice. It's fine. And yeah, then he does this. You can also like heal. Normally there's a checkpoint still, and you can heal up. And then we just stand here. It doesn't really hit us. Also, something I found out back then is that he always jumps close to us now. Like this position where I stand. This is always the position he jumps to. Doesn't matter where we are, he always jumps here. So we stand close to him. Hit us twice again. And then hits us twice again, because normally he would just like hit, twin attack, hit, and then hit. You can also like roll beforehand, but fine, I guess. I'm sorry guys that I died there. I don't do this every day, and it's kind of late here, so 2:30 a.m. But yeah, do this once more. I mean, we don't have to do it this time because now it's a third life, so he dies immediately. Just stand close to him, of course, that he hits. Doesn't have to move at all. Also, what you can do is like abuse the hit range of the hammer and the shockwave. We can just move this time. We don't have to cycle skip. Be like this. Yeah, I didn't do it perfectly, but so yeah. We just collect the weapon and we are in cemetery. Yeah, cemetery, the second last level. Yeah, I think a lot of some optimizations we can do, or like you can do. You just walk here. Normally, can't do anything about it. So actually, today or yesterday or the day before that, Wintermute 22, or was it 20? I think 22. Found out that you can actually do Grimbar skip. You can jump up here, jump like this, jump like this. Oh, no, I'm too low. You can do this. Then we have to jump up here, jump up here, jump up here, and then do a. Here's normally a wall, but you can like spear attack, and yeah, go down there. So what might be an option is to like reload the checkpoint like this. Maybe that's the fastest method actually. So this is something we have to check in. But then there are cross guards to the right. Don't collect this one up there because it's a bit tedious. We have to get this back there. This one. Then we just jump on this. This so that's ease. Then there's one cross guy in here. There's a cross skull tied to this fight, but which is really nice is that we can just get this cross skull, walk around here, and this gets enabled. So we have to see if this is a faster method of doing this. And just collect all the skulls. And we're done here. So normally, what I do is go like this. And I don't know if this works immediately, but normally we just manually boost up here. Oh no, I double jumped. Bad. Yeah, the problem is here's like a slight I have a problem with finding an angle to do this. Yeah. No. So what I normally do is like do it like this, where we collect it, like get the checkpoint, and then just reload and like after collecting the skulls. So maybe Grimboard skip is actually the faster method of doing so. This is something I have to see. So now it's not a problem. I can just go back here, but yeah. So normally, as I said, normally you would collect the skulls, do the thing I just did here, get the checkpoint, and then continue like normal. But I just want to show you all methods, and if you want to see something, or like check into something, then you can do so. So normally there's a really nice menu lamp boost, which like catapults us really far forward. But is this something we can look into again now, or like at some point? Maybe this might be a really old tutorial, so we already have the most accurate way of doing things. So yeah, but you can, as you saw, I did just this small little lamp boost, which is really nice and close. Get down here, get the crow skull down there, and then just jump up the tower. This is like a really high tower. We can collect the crow skull up here. There is no. Just jump down here. So what we have to look into is like jump. Oh, get it with a gargoyle. What we have to do is normally is, or what we have to check into is like, guys, I just chill back here. What we can do is like look into getting the crow skull there. We can't go back. Never mind. Or what we can do is like collect the crow skull, die, get back, and then do the huge menu boost. So actually what I can show you now is like automatic camera. This is the problem what I speak about. Since this is like tied to the fight, you have to like, the camera always moves like with a gargoyle. This is kind of annoying. This is why I turn it off, because it's just really helpful to not have it on. So we just disable this and see it's like really nice. So I just jump up here, just jump here. Select the scroll skull. So yeah, the theory is with the menu boost, like dying menu boosting, because with the menu boost you get like here, you could then get the checkpoint, get to the crow skull I just collected there, die, and then you would be immediately back here. This would be a theory. From a feeling kind of view, I would say it's slower, but yeah, we have to see. So now that there's a gargoyle jump, there's a checkpoint we can use to like reload the checkpoint. But we can do it like this. We can just save ourselves in real life a bit of time and just do it like this. Yeah, this is pretty much straightforward. Just open the gates, so you don't actually have to open the gates because the damage is so minimal, but just do it normally. So up next is the cemetery puzzle. Fortunately for 100%, we always had the option to skip this completely. Nowadays there are methods to do it out of bounds or no out of bounds. I'm gonna show you the like the out of bounds category thing. Or what I did before, which is probably slower. So far, we just get the crate up here. So what we can do is menu boost up here. I just show you the options if you ever want to look into this. That. So we can just menu boost. So I can just menu boost, and there's an invisible wall. I would just jump down here, move to the checkpoint, and yeah. This is how I did it before. But this is the way I do it now. Yeah, normally we have to kill or like destroy the gravestones, but we don't do that. We just have to get down in the crypt here. Collect the crow skull, and then do the now out of bounds version of the cemetery puzzle skip. But yeah, this was the route. Oh, what? Confused? Yeah. This was the route I did. So I would go into the crypt. Okay, wait. First of all, I show you the cemetery puzzle skip. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, this is what happens easily. It's something you can practice. It's kind of execution based, but it's still annoying. This we can just repeat it again, which is also really helpful. So yeah, this just jump there, and then we have to aim for this three-way or like this way here. We can now just jump here, get the checkpoint, reload from checkpoint, and we're in bounds again. We always had the option to be like out of bounds, but now it got enabled that you have a 3-second window where you can stay out of bounds. Collect this because, as you saw, the thing is a bit tedious to do. But yeah. So what I did was, as I showed you earlier, is like get out of bounds, get the checkpoint, then I would run back to the crypt, but I think this is slower. So yeah. But you have the option to do it if you want to check things out, so yeah. So what is coming up now is a bit annoying, but what we can do... Actually, it's not... Yeah. Doesn't really matter, you can just immediately jump here. So there's a crow skull here. You are really slow. What I tend to do, and which helps, is you can like get jump back here. What I just do is like 90%, like 90-degree angle from this. Then move up. You should... didn't really work. But you should, in theory, get control of Jack so that you have enough momentum to bridge the gap. We're gonna try it once more. Maybe the angle wasn't so great. Maybe a bit further to the left. Yeah, this worked. This is probably the optimal route. You can just do the safe route and just walk to the right. So what we do now is get back here. There's another net. And what did we do in the barn? We just tipped ourselves to the net. And boom. Okay, this didn't work. 1 second. Boom. And we are through. And we do it like normally. This. Here. Jump back here. Do this. And put in here. So the next part. So what we what I think Jaxler found out is like a little nice lamp boost. If this works, I think it actually saves time, but I'm not sure. Okay, it didn't work. So what you can do in theory is get back there to the crow skull. So there's another crow skull tied to a fight, but we just continue because of the checkpoint. Then there's another one down here. Jump immediately on that. Do it like this, and we get all the crow skulls. Then since I think what might actually be fastest doing like... No, I don't think so. We could go like this, get the checkpoint. Might actually be faster. Would actually be faster, yeah. Get the crow skull, die. I didn't do that in my world record, I think. Do this. And yeah, we just... Oh no. Beforehand, this is something I actually tend to forget. We just collect this crow skull here and... Good to go. 3 crow skulls is perfect. If you have 17 at this point, you are perfectly fine. Congratulations, we have everything. So one of the most important things is talk with this guy. This is the absolute most important thing you can do in 100%. I'm gonna show you why in a moment. You can do it now. You can collect this cross guy now. Talk with the guy. He just tells us to collect statues. So like, draw the 7 statues of. I don't know what it was of sins. Isn't this the 7 deadly sins or something? So the community found really stuff out. Something really nice, which saves a lot of time. And gonna just jump on the lamp there, do it like this. Pick our skull on the way. So one of the most important tips we got is gluttony early. So this is done by jumping on this lamp and then lamp boost on top of the thing in the middle. So what is important is, again, like I told you in Swamp, you can get like a really high momentum and then you are kind of screwed. So you should always like jump and like be ready to like really fast to like jump and auto attack jump attack, so you cancel your momentum to land into this thing. So I hope it works. Nice. This is the perfect speed. You can do this, but you don't have to. And we are in gluttony. This is gluttony early. Pretty straightforward fight. We can just wait here. We can also get damaged by his fling attack because it doesn't really deal damage. Destroy this little globs. Or blobs. I actually don't know what these are. Such as attacks. Then we just jump up here, get into the stomach. So what is possible is to skip a gluttony phase. This is like, we have to like kind of perfectly jump the top right while the screen fades to white, which takes 2 seconds. The problem is, this is not something I could actually find out. There is a clip you can see on the Discord, which you could ask, for example, which shows the runner Jaxler, or you could also watch his HDQ run of Jaxler, where he actually got a gluttony phase skip. Would save a lot of time. So if you haven't found that out yet, you can actually try to make this consistent. If you can do that, then you are like absolute king of speedrunning for us. It would help us a lot. But yeah, this is just pretty straightforward. Just do this like 3 times and you're done with gluttony. A little nice thing you can do is like use a shotgun. You can also like move back and use the scythe to the spin attack, but oh no. Okay. Ah, that was close. Sometimes I tend to be a bit too early actually. Or maybe I screwed something up there. Do it like this. And we're done. Can also get damaged, doesn't really hurt any. So yeah, destroys the statue. And as I said, the most important thing was talking with the guy, because this enables us to go in here. Since we got all the crow skulls we have to offer crow skulls, we can do so. We need just 1. I don't think it's really necessary or it doesn't really matter in which way you go first. But we'll collect the last crow skull here. Since you heard the sound, you got everything in terms of crow skulls. Don't worry. We dropped the crow skull there, but we don't really lose it. Like, you collected every crow skull, but it just shows at 19. Don't worry about it. Then we get the gramophone. You might think, why don't we just death warp? Like, I could have just death warp back to, like, Gluttony or something. Problem is that every gramophone has a checkpoint of its own, so it doesn't really matter. I could just die now and get back teleported here. So yeah, we got the gramophone, we got all the crow skulls, and we are done with cemetery. Stop. Walk back. Then we talk with the guy, and we are going to north. So this shows. Now I show you the last technique. We get the crow orb here, and now we have a new technique called orb boosting. Orb boosting is double jump, doing the dive. Normally, if we dive, we just do this animation. But what we can do is use another weapon, preferably the orb, to like chain orb boosts together, and you have to like do this and jump at the moment you land. I'm failing it at the moment. Sorry. And this is what I mean. And this gives us a lot of momentum. Pushes us straight forward. Really nice. If you do it perfectly, you get like a ton of speed. It just really feels nice. So what is also important is that if there are like angles, like slopes like this, you can actually get like a lot of momentum. Kinda did it wrong there, but you get the idea. Maybe I can show it like here, for example. Can get like a lot of momentum slopes. I'm not good at it. Sorry. I'm really not good at it. But yeah, this is in theory what should happen. So yeah. It's something you have to practice kinda. It's something you have to get a feel for. So yeah. What we do is we just walk like this. Just roll this fellow because it's going upward, it's going. There's another crow skull tied to a fight, but as you can already see, there is a checkpoint which we can enable and get this crow skull. There's a crow skull tied to like this balancing act. What we can do is actually orb boost. We could actually destroy these things. You can orb boost. And if done correctly, you can just like orb into this. I'm not doing correctly. Dude, I'm so bad at orb boosting at the moment. Like this. And then you can actually double jump up here and orb boost again. Nice. Bunny hop, collect the crow, and resurrect. And therefore back. So now we have two options. One option is in theory. In theory, there is a reverse lamp boost, which you have to angle. I can't do it, but in theory, lamp boost push you forward or like in the direction you kind of want to, where it's like hitting, like way wiggling around. But you can, with a good setup, you can actually do it in reverse. So the CS is this didn't work, and like normally the lamp actually hits me to there, but with the correct setup you can actually jump further. So you don't have to do this, what I'm doing now. Gonna die probably. Yeah, I probably. Sorry. Yeah, you can just like orb boost back here. This was a good orb boost again, but this is what you have to do. And yeah, this is something you have to learn. Like I still can't do it. So Don't worry about it. It's not as easy. But first of all, before we do anything else, this is also Crow Skull I forgot a few times. So don't worry about it. Get up here and then just follow the path. Pop boost down here. What I kind of like doing is doing this because I also get ported back there, I think. So there's like a really nice lamp boost we can do, and I hope we get it right. Because back there, maybe you see it shimmering. There's a crow skull. Yeah, not like this. Ah, damn. I got the speed right. If you have the perfect speed, like I just got there, you can just immediately jump to the crow skull. Unfortunately I hit the like this. Perfect. Nice. This is if you get this is perfect. Then we just continue. So north is like kinda unoptimized. So we can just jump here. There's a crow skull up here again. This is one of the towers which has a crow skull. So oh, I failed. Sorry, I failed. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. I can just. This is what I mean. This won't be optimal gameplay or anything. I am sorry. Yeah. Also, if you orb boost, you kind of orb into enemies, so you have to. Like enemies have to be behind you. Do it like this again. So get the checkpoint here. So what we have to do is destroy all these enemies. Don't actually know if it's best to how to do it faster. So this is tied to a boss. Tied to a boss. To a skull. So what we can do is doing like this. So now we have two options. In theory, what I did in my run is kill these here on these two on this these three on this platform. Oops. Jump down here. Then could destroy these two and then collect the crow. So what we can do is in theory no out of bounds. We use this lamp where we bounce off of the enemy here and get back there. As you can see, there's a crow skull. So in my route, I do the center one skip. I'll show you both methods. Where you jump down here. Just dive bomb a few times and then you just get to the checkpoint. So what I found out though, I did kill myself. What I actually found out is there are like two methods. So what I can do is, as I told you with I hope I can show you all three boosts now. I actually kind of want to do that, so you get a feeling or like a grasp of what I'm talking about. So I hopefully get it. Yeah, nice, perfect. Nah, this is not what I wanted. It's unfortunate. But yeah, okay, this is what you can do. You get like a checkpoint here, which is amazing because this enables all the skulls beforehand. But yeah, this is what I can do, or which could be faster. This is something which we have to look into. And there's another lamp boost, a menu lamp boost, like menu lamp boosting again, where you do this, like this, just to show you, and where we land on the platform up there, kind of next to the on the platform up there, which is like really nice. And then we can just do the same thing we just do now. But yeah, get the checkpoint, get all the crow skulls. You can, in theory, also like land on this cross skull immediately, which is also really nice. Get a few orb boosts in, and hopefully get this cross skull. Get this cross skull. So, if you would have done the thing I did earlier, where you orb boost a few times, you can see the platform, you would kind of end up like here, and there's a checkpoint here. You have to see, like, if you get the checkpoint, you have to check, like, do this, like, reload from last checkpoint, get inbounds, and look immediately behind you. This is center 1, and this is then center 1 skip here. The out of bounds version would have been, as I said, if you came from these rocks and then get in here. And then, as I said, you have to like immediately check if this is destroyed. Because, as I said, you have 3 seconds. And in these 3 seconds, you have to check. And sometimes you have to reload like twice or something. To see if this bridge, if this building is burned. So, and if this is burned, you can just do it like this. You can just go here, collect the skull. Oh, I failed up. I failed, sorry. Get all the skulls here. And then just die. This is what you wanna do. So. To show it again, what would happen is that you would land at the checkpoint. So you would be here. Then you have to like, you can also orb boost. Then you have to like walk like this, do this, and do this. And then you get the checkpoint here, and then you collect this cross skull to the right, collect this cross skull back there, and then collect this cross skull, and you can then orb boost, and you would die. Like, you collect this cross skull, and then you would die again. This would be the thing if you like did the out of bounds center 1 skip, which is probably easier to do, and probably like it's kind of foolproof. You can like way more consistent. So if you don't like this method with the lamp boost, it's fine. As I said, I have to check if it's faster or not. I don't think it's actually. It might be faster, but I don't think like it matters a lot. So this is what I mean. These are things which you can optimize, or we should like at least can be optimized at some point. So yeah, if you are interested in doing so, do so. It would be greatly appreciated. So then we just continue further. Now the puzzle comes up in theory. We just chill, we just do this, make it easy. Just all boost around, which is just name this one, which is really nice. Just roll up here, there's a gramophone, the last one. With some sick movements. Oh yeah, this is the last gramophone. Congratulations. So what the optimal way is to jump down here and get a really good fast or boost to get immediately down there, because there's a drawback there. So maybe I can hit it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Perfect. So the good thing is, if you don't do that, this is also fine. If you don't do that, you can... okay, it's fine. If you don't do that, this is fine. I just show you what happens. If you die and can't land it, of course this is optimal, but if, as I said, if it doesn't happen, you are back here. just do this. Go up here and just do the no out of bounds route. We'll just go like this and then just do this and we are fine. We end up the same. If you're up there in the tower, you can just like orb boost down here and then go like this. And now we get to ferry skip. Something I found out is that we can actually skip the ferry, which is really boring. So we would skip down, getting down there, talking and the stuff, and do the whole ferry, which is important. What is important? Sorry, is this: we destroy this lamp. This is really important. So jump on here, get like on the middle, roll, roll to this direction, and then roll attack. This might not work the first time. You can just immediately die because there's a checkpoint here and you can just repeat it again. This is actually really nice. And let's go. Okay, it didn't work. It's perfect. Now I can actually show you. You have to do this sometimes probably, like a few times, but it saves a lot of time. And also like a tedious session. Again, destroy this. Now, also a little tip. If you reuse a weapon, if you just use one weapon again from the wheel, you can reset the timer for the roll attack. See, if you roll attack, you can do it immediately. See? So to like avoid this cooldown, you can just repeat, like reuse the weapon. So do this again. Roll, attack, and hopefully, yeah, perfect. Get pushed. No, I don't think bunny hopping. No, bunny hopping is not good. So if you land in here, just go in this snowy part. Just go through the wall. There's a little mountain up here. Perfect. Then you just stand in this direction. We menu jump a bit. So really consistent, really nice. Then you land in a little cove in here. Problem, menu boost, and we're down here. Nice, let's go. And we skip the ferry. Perfect. So now there's one little thing. As I explained to you earlier, the reverse lamp boost. There is a reverse lamp boost there again, which is really helpful if you could nail it. I try it once or twice, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't. So what is really nice is that you can use lamp boost to immediately get to the skull back there, and you can keep walking back there, back to there, back to there, and then collect the crow skull normally. So I'm gonna try it once. I got told a method how to do it, but even then it didn't really work for me. So roll, get like this, maybe it works. It didn't work. I just tried like 1 or 2 times more. Hopefully it works. Would be nice to show it off. Work again. One last try and then Jaxler, for example, is really good at these, so you can always ask him. He will likely help you out. So I just gonna try it like here again. Yeah, it doesn't work. Didn't work this time. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not an expert. So normally you would have to push a cart, push the cart, push the cart, push the cart, but this takes time. You can just jump. Either you just jump like this, what you can also do is jump right here. You have to probably boost, jump there, nice. So I think what we can do is jump. No, oh no, we can do this. I'm sorry. I mean, you can do this, but it's probably not so optimal. I think we have to like jump backwards now. Oh. Yeah, like this. Or we can just jump around there. This, and I think, yeah, like this. I like this crow skull. And then there's the portal. The portal is not really easy to like get out of, like completely unscathed, unscarred or something, but just like go into like motions. I think like doing like these motions is really helpful. Like just do this over and over again. But yeah, always press your crow button to hit the guys that come close to you. No problem. You can also like heal here if you need. I think there's a. Oh, we don't do that. There's like a lamp boost which cannot teleport you further, but we have to go up here or like go like this. Yeah. And actually, in theory, just like I don't know. We could have probably orb boost actually there, but fine. Oh, just continue further. Do it like this. So then we get back here. We jump back here. We go a bit around the scenery. I don't think we have to orb dive there, but it's fine. Then this is center 2 skip. You just jump on the lamp, double jump or like menu jump here. Yeah, there's lost cross guy. And 20 to 1, and we are fine. We talk with the guy, with the owl, and now we get the last boss. One more portal, one last boss, and then we are done though. So again, I want to repeat it again. If you have any questions, ask them in the YouTube comments or in the Discord. I am always free. You can always ask me for help. You have anyone in the community you can ask for help. They are all super awesome, welcoming people and will try their best to help you any way they can. So yeah, this is a wizard. So you probably have fought him. It's pretty hard fight if you haven't done it before, probably. But since we are experts on this field, we can show the wizard with ease what we're made of. So yeah. Use the shotgun in a moment or so why. Just like dodge these things, spam your crow button. That's the perfect spot in theory where you can just like wiggle left and right and dodge. So when these things appear, don't move at all. You can just chill. Don't have any problems with these. So, and for the shotgun, you don't have to like go so close to the things, and this is why the shotgun is helpful. You don't have to get so close with other, well, we have to get close with other weapons. Doesn't really matter what we hit them. I actually don't remember if you can just hit him once and it's fine. Actually, the same, just like roll around, be mobile, dodge just thingies. Okay, I got it there. Spam crows, the crow button. Avoid the tornadoes. And just stand still. Correct. Use the shotgun again. Can actually just stand pretty close to the thing. Can actually like you can actually like angle yourself See how much range this weapon has. So amazing. So yeah. Now this is the last phase of the boss. Do the same as before. I think in this section it doesn't really matter if you do it or not. Even if you get it, that's not the most damage. Just chill for a bit. Oh, I failed. And yeah. See, and we are done. This was my tutorial of Jack NG 100%. So, yeah, I'm sorry for my terrible gameplay. I hope my explanations were good enough. Again and again. Check the Discord and ask me, ask anyone, and they will help you. And yeah, I hope to see some runs from you soon. If you're interested in this category, I just love the category. Bit of history, I kind of stemmed from the ground, or like I kind of like created it because no one was running this and no one was interested in running it, or like maybe the interest was there basically, but kind of like not to run it. So I was kind of really the only guy who like ran 100% and created everything. With a bit of help of Tinker Knight, a few nice suggestions from Dr. Corporal British. I want to shout out here, but for the most part, this was my duty, I'd say. So this was it. What I kind of like to do is just like show the end screen, so everyone could check the end screen like at the end of your run. Not like an official rule. I just like to do it. And there you see your times, see your progression, like you collected our cross guides and gramophones. Right. But I hope you enjoyed it. I understandable enough that I apologize for my bad English, for my lack of wording and stuff. So, yep. Thank you guys for watching. But looking forward for runs from you guys. See ya.